Hello my dear students, good morning. Now we will discuss about alcohols and phenols actually. So previously we discussed about haloalkanes, which are very important, and come to haloarenes is very simple. Example, if you see preparations from benzene you can have like this. So this all in benzene you will have again. So when you are treating with the chlorine in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, certainly you will get what C6H5 and you will get chlorine here and HCl. So this is preparation of chlorobenzene. So these are actually arylic halides. You see here you have hydrogen. This hydrogen replaced by chlorine there. So like that you will have. And one more thing, this this we called as Sandmeyer reaction. There you will get. So from actually aniline C6H5NH2, when you are treating with NaNO2 plus HCl at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, then what you will get C6H5N2 plus C6H5N2 plus and Cl minus. So benzene disonium chloride you will have benzene disonium chloride C6H5N2 plus and Cl minus. This benzene disonium chloride when treated with like copper chloride, okay, copper chloride or cuprous chloride, you can say Cu2Cl2, Cu2X2 you can say, and here X is chlorine or bromine here. Then what you will get C6H5X you will get. What is X? Either chlorine or bromine here. Okay, this all we will have in what where amines, disonium chlorides. Okay, there I will explain all these things. So this simply now remember, this is called Sandmeyer's, okay, Sandmeyer's reaction, this one, this particular part actually. Okay, but if you are using copper by HCl like that, then that is called, copper by HCl if you use, that is called Getterman reaction. What is the Getterman reaction? You can say now, Getterman's reaction. Getterman reaction means very simple. C6H5N2 plus benzene disonium chloride. Okay, this when react by copper by HCl, okay, or copper by HBr when you are using, okay, then what you will get, sir, means here you will get C6H5X, means here either chlorine or bromine you will have. Remember, by using this particular Sandmeyer or Getterman, you will have only what, chlorides and bromides. Okay, see, if we prepare iodide, then that's not Sandmeyer reaction. So Sandmeyer reaction or Getterman reaction used to prepare only that chlorides and bromides. For fluorides there is another way, and for iodides directly you can use potassium iodide. What you can use? Potassium iodide you can use directly. So that is very very important. Please note it down. Okay, so reagent is very important. Getterman means copper by HX and Sandmeyer means cuprous halide, either cuprous chloride or cuprous bromide actually. Okay, so this is about the preparation. Don't worry about all these things, again we will discuss where in amines and disonium salts. You have to do only one thing. You have to write every reaction and how the reactants are converting into products. So for anything like so for one example I'll give you, like Sandmeyer reaction only. Sandmeyer reaction is how to remember. Okay, disonium chloride converted to halobenzene, means chlorobenzene or bromobenzene. Okay, cuprous chloride or cuprous bromide is the reagent. Like that you have to remember reaction, every reaction like that only. Understanding? Suppose any particular reaction given in alcohols. Okay, how alcohol is forming by Grignard reagent. Like that you have to remember. How aldehydes and ketones convert to alcohols. Like that you have to remember. How that hydroboration takes place. How the oxymercuration takes place. Like that we have to remember reactions. Okay, so by understanding, not by hatting. Okay, I'll tell you one by one, everything you can understand. and come to that particular halobenzene. If you see here halobenzene, here X I am taking, this will undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. Suppose here I am having like this. So this is halobenzene. So when lone pair is coming over here, this will come over here. Certainly what you are having in resonating structures, negative charge you have at ortho position like this. So this double bond remains same, this double bond remains same, and this will be like double bond X plus, correct or not? So that you are having there. And next what you are having, sir, means if this particular pi electrons migrating over here you have a positive charge, and certainly what you have, sir? So here double bond and here double bond and here double bond X plus, and here you have a negative charge now. Correct or not? In next resonating structure, what happens, sir? Next resonating structure, these pi electron will migrate over here. Certainly what happened? So here you have a negative charge, right? Correct or not? Then what you will get, sir? Here you are having benzene ring and here pi bond, and new pi bond will form between these two because here positive charge coming, positive and negative, and here you have a positive charge, and here double bond X plus you are having, right? Correct? And next what happens means very simple, this will migrate back, so X plus, so actually sorry, here negative charge, right? Negative charge, this negative charge will come over here and this will go back. That means again this original structure you are having. Certainly what you are having, sir, here you have a benzene, and here like this you are having, and pi bond, and X you are having, sir, here, and again it retains lone pair. Why I am showing this means this particular halobenzene, if you observe in resonating structures where you have negative charge, you have negative charge at ortho position. This is called ortho or not? This is ortho, this is para, and again this is ortho. So you have negative charge at ortho position and para position because this X group is ortho para directing group. Ortho para directing group. Why ortho para directing group? Because it has a lone pair. Of course, here inductive effect also there. X is more electronegative. What is X here? X means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So here this X is a withdrawing group actually. X is more electronegative than carbon. Between X and this carbon there is a inductive effect. This sigma bond is moving towards, slightly displacing towards X. Certainly this has partial negative charge and this has partial positive charge. But due to presence of lone pair, it donating lone pair to benzene ring. Understanding? So in that way we have to explain this X is ortho para directing group. Okay? That is only the reason. If you have like this, suppose here you have X and here you have some methyl. Okay? Suppose if I am doing some further any electrophilic substitution reaction, this X has some minus I effect actually, but this methyl group is plus I group. Actually both are electron donating groups to benzene only. What I am saying, understanding? But if I am doing some another reaction like if I am adding one more chlorine in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. I told you many times this X is a minus I group, these alkyl groups are plus I groups, but whereas these groups on benzene both act as ortho para directing groups, both are plus M groups, remember this one. Okay, because of presence of lone pair. Then why, sir, methyl is plus M group means due to hyperconjugation. Okay, so what happens here? This methyl is a more effective for ortho para than this X. Why, sir? This is also ortho para only, no sir, but why not here that particular substitution won't happen? Means actually this methyl is a plus I group as well as plus M group. but this X group a minus I group, and this is plus M group. So which is more effective towards electrophilic substitution? This will influence more. So here ortho para for this X, these are ortho and this is para. With respect to methyl, these are ortho, and this is this is para for this. Then this X many people expect here, due to steric hindrance this chlorine won't come here. See, this is a common ortho for both X and methyl, but this chlorine will substitute at this place because less steric hindrance, and para to this because para also have negative charge, and due to methyl here ortho also negative charge, so chlorine will substitute here. This is the most important thing. Understanding? So here also you have a negative charge. If you see here, you have negative charge at ortho. So due to X here you have negative charge, due to methyl here you have a negative charge. But at para also you have negative charge and less repulsions. That's why this chlorine will substitute here. This is the most important exceptional thing. So what I am doing, understanding? Electrophilic substitution reactions takes place at ortho and para. Here chlorine will come. Do you know who are the electrophiles? If you don't know that, I cannot do anything. Electrophiles, everybody must know. In chlorination, what is electrophile? Electrophiles. Electrophiles in halogenation. Electrophile is X plus. Remember. In nitration, that NO2 plus is the electrophile. In alkylation, which we call Friedel-Crafts alkylation, I was explaining previous, simply R plus. And in acylation, R C double bond O plus, acylation, electrophile. Means these groups will substitute either at ortho position or at para position. Next, one more is there, that is sulfonation. What is the sulfonation electrophile? This is exceptional. SO3, not SO3 plus, not SO3H. But in sulfonation, the final product is SO3H. Okay, so in sulfonation, SO3 is the electrophile. Please remember all these things, sir. Sir, actually, you started alcohols and phenols and you are explaining this, but just like a small recap on all these things. Okay, so that of course you know all these. In first year you have, in second year many times we also discussed. Okay, so that it will be easy for you in sulfonation, alkylation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation, what we take, and what is the difference between X and methyl group. Like if you know, it will be better to you. You will get marks. Okay, you will there is a chance of questions based on this kind. So please note it down. So that now I will enter into Mr. Alcohols and phenols. Okay. So in alcohols and phenols, what are the things we have to learn here? Means mainly the most important preparations of alcohols and phenols and their acidic nature and chemical properties. Based on these you will have more questions. So if you see alcohol, ROH. Do you know order of priority in among this particular? OH has more priority than this particular halogen. Of course, first double bond. Okay, so in this way you can have OH and then Mr. double bond and then Mr. triple bond and then Mr. X and then Mr. methyl, and like this you will have. And of course before this one more you can have like NO2 and X and Mr. alkyl group. Simply you can write alkyl group or group like this. Okay, so why I am giving this? This particular OH group will be a functional group when the carbon chain consists of any of these. Understanding? Of course, and before this in middle you will have NH2 also. OH has more priority than amine actually. Okay, these are the things you have to remember. Why I am giving, when we call alcohols, when the particular carbon chain consists of hydroxy group and any of these, and this is not mandatory to have all these groups actually. So you have OH, getting what I am saying? And if you have these or may not, okay, so no problem. Suppose now we have this, what we call this means alcohol it is. Even we don't have any of these groups, we call this as alcohol. And even you have a OH like this, and somewhere you have NO2 you have, this is alcohol. Now this will be functional group. Functional group also called what we call suffix. What suffix? Secondary suffix. And this NO2 now we call prefix actually. What we call? Prefix. So how to write IUPAC name? Everybody knows. This alcohol functional group as a suffix we use what? Ol. Ol. Okay. So how you will give name means first prefix, then you have a root word. Root word means number of carbons it explains. Means root word gives the how many carbons present in a particular given compound. So root word we use meth, eth, prop, but like that. And primary suffix. Primary suffix will give you unsaturated or saturated. Means it explains the saturation or unsaturation. Means it explains bonding. Means either single bonded or double bonded. Means simply it explains saturated or unsaturated. This explains. Okay, single bond, double bond, triple bond it explains. Next, secondary suffix will give about the functional group information. You will have about what? Functional group. Means what kind of functional group it have. Okay, that we will understand. So prefix actually two types. One is primary prefix and secondary prefix. These prefixes we use two. One is substituents prefix, okay, and we use cyclo as a prefix only for cyclic compounds like this. Suppose you have OH like this. Now cyclobutanol means this cyclo when we use only for cyclic compounds. When there is no conjugation. If conjugation is there, we call benzene like that. If you have like this, don't call it as cyclo. It's called benzene simply. Okay, this everybody knows. So just simply I am giving how to give nomenclature of alcohols. First prefix two types we use for substituents like NO2 substituent. So nitro we use. Okay, NO2 you have and OH you have. So OH is a functional group. So rest all are substituents. Okay, so root word we use that particular eth, prop, but like that. And primary suffix we use for giving information about saturation or unsaturation. Means what kind of bonding it have. Secondary suffix it gives about functional group actually. So okay, so this is about what we call naming, how to give in this particular. Okay. So now we will discuss about preparations of alcohols. First, from alkenes. From what, sir? Alkenes. Alkenes, CH2 double bond CH2 when react with the water, okay, in presence of H plus. H plus means H2SO4. Okay, it will have three steps actually. This reaction have three steps. In this reaction, three steps involved. One is protonation. Okay. Next, addition of nucleophile and deprotonation. Getting what I am saying? So here what happens? Then CH3, CH2, OH. What do you got? Alcohol. Got it, sir, everyone? Suppose if I am taking CH2 double bond CH2 when I am using water in presence of D plus, in presence of what? D plus, then what is the product? D means what, sir? Deuterium. If I am using D plus, what is the product? Means here this bond will migrate from here to here. Suppose if it is migrating, then D will come over here. Both carbons are same or not? So here negative charge and here positive charge. So D plus will come over here. D plus will come over here. Got it? Now the product is CH2 and single bond CH2. Now here you have D and here you have OH. OH from here. Understanding? Same reaction I am taking now. CH2 double bond CH2. I am using D2O and H plus. Then how the reaction happen? Same story. This will migrate like this. Certainly this H plus will come over here because this carbon gets negative charge. That's why. Now what you have? Your CH2. Okay. CH2 I am having, and here CH2 and here H plus and OD. See the difference. OD you have. So this OD how you got from this? So here this water act as nucleophile, water nucleophile, D2O nucleophile here. So OH minus will come here and here OD minus will come here. Difference. So first this H plus provided by whom? Acid. So this is called protonation. So protonation happens by what? Acid. Okay, what acid we are taking? Suppose here H2SO4 given, then H plus will come. So that's why I written CH3 directly. Otherwise I can write like CH2 and this H plus. This H plus came here. Like this I can write. But here D plus given, or like this they will give D2SO4. Then what is the product they will ask? Simply sometimes they will give like this. CH2 double bond CH2. I am writing like this. CH2 double bond CH2, D2O and H2SO4. This reaction and this reaction both are same. Remember this one. This is very, very important. So first what happened in this reaction? Protonation. Means first H plus will add. How H plus will add? According to formation of stable carbocation. Means the negative species will add to the double bonded carbon which have less number of hydrogens. Means what rule that is? Markovnikov rule. That means this OH or OD will add to the double bonded carbon according to Markovnikov rule. What is the meaning of Markovnikov rule? Negative species will add to the double bonded carbon which have less number of hydrogens. Getting what I am saying? So here the most important thing we discussed. Suppose CH3 CH double bond CH2. As I said in previous, alkene is symmetrical, then there is no need of Markovnikov rule in haloalkanes I said. But here alkene is unsymmetrical. See, this carbon has one hydrogen, this double bonded carbon has two hydrogens. So now when I am adding suppose H2O in presence of some H plus, then what you have? Then the product is what? CH3, CH and OH and single bond CH3. This is the product, right? Understood what happened? So here water is serving OH minus here. Okay? So this is providing OH minus and H plus came from here. See, why OH here only? According to what rule? According to Markovnikov rule. According to what rule, sir? Markovnikov rule. This happened. Got it, sir, everyone? This is very, very important. So OH minus. So certainly this have to migrate like this. Why, sir, have to migrate? You decided because here positive charge secondary, here positive charge primary. So secondary positive charge is more stable because secondary carbocation is more stable than primary carbocation. Getting what I am saying? But as I mentioned in previous, 1 to hydrate shift and 1 to methyl shift happens like this. When you are having like this and CH double bond CH2 you are having, I am adding water in presence of H plus. Okay, and CH3, CH3 and H, sorry, instead of H, write down some methyl group here, methyl and CH double bond CH2 when I am adding water in presence of H plus. Now what happens? Water providing OH minus, right? So due to hydride shift, this hydrogen will migrate there and OH minus will add here. Understood, sir, everyone? Like that. This methyl group will shift here and OH minus will come here. Why? I told you very clearly. If the double bonded adjacent carbon is more stable, okay, I repeat, if adjacent carbon to double bond have an ability to form more stable carbocation, then hydride or methyl shift takes place. Got it, sir, everyone? Now what I can write? So here I can write CH3 and C, and here you have CH3, correct? And here you have CH, no double bond. Now here you have single bond and CH3, and here CH2, and here you have OH. Correct? Now you can observe now. So now what happened? This methyl will come here, methyl will go there, and OH will come here. So suddenly what is the product here? CH3 and C and CH3, and here you have OH, and here you have CH and CH3 and single bond CH3. This is one of the important preparation of alcohol. Okay, by what shift? This is hydride shift, H minus shifted. So this is 1,2 hydride shift. This is 1,2 methyl shift. This is 1,2 methyl shift. Understanding, sir? So this is the most important thing for us. Have right. Okay, if methyl is there at adjacent position, that adjacent to whom? Double bond, that you have to observe. Sir, very simple. Here means what? 2 carbons are there. It is secondary. For this carbon, 3 carbons are there. So it is tertiary. So tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary and primary or not? That's why this hydride shifted. Same story. Here you have methyl in previous. This methyl if removed, then 3 carbons. It's tertiary. Removed means shifted. Okay. So methyl group as CH3 minus, that is shifting. That is very, very important. In shifting, negative ions only will go, like H minus, like methyl or ethyl. Shift happens. Simply alkyl shift. If alkyl group is shifting, that is alkyl shift. Hydride H minus is shifting, that's why hydride shift. But from alkene, you have hydroboration. Hydroboration. Hydroboration will give selective addition of OH group, OH minus group, according to anti-Marconic of rule actually. Very simple. No migration, no rearrangement. Simply you have you have OH group at double bonded carbon which have more number of hydrogens. This is very, very clear. So in hydroboration, what we take? Suppose CH3, CH and double bond CH2. When I am adding hydroboration means what? BH3 or B2H6 in presence of this NaBH4. This one not required. Sorry. Here we take H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. Then what you get in hydroboration? See, here this will migrate like this. Pakka first. That okay, no problem. So that what here it is H minus and BH2 plus. This you must know. Sir, why sir hydrogen boron non-metal? No sir, it should be negative. But hydrogen electronegativity, if you see 2.1, it's 1.9. So who have more electronegativity means this 1.9 or 2 almost. Okay, so this is more electronegative. So H minus. So if it migrate over here, suddenly positive charge will come here. That means H minus will come here and BH2 will come here. BH2 plus will come here. Because pi bond migration must happen towards this. Wiser means here positive charge is more stable. So that what you can write, sir, now CH3 and CH2, that means this H minus came here and single bond and CH2, okay, sorry, single bond CH2, this you have. So, CH and single bond CH2 and BH2. So here what you have? BH2 group you have. Okay. So here what happens later on? If you add two more moles like CH3, CH, double bond CH2. So at this particular carbon, what happened? This boron will form new bond here. So this boron is forming new bond here actually. Understanding? So what you can write? Two hydrogens as H minus will shift here and this boron will form new bonds with this carbon. So I have to take how many moles? 2 moles. Because two hydrides as H minus can shift at this particular carbon or not. Then what you have? The CH3, CH2, CH2 and B, CH2, CH2, CH3 and CH2, CH2, CH3. So as I said, H2O was added, that will help here. So now I am adding H2O2 hydrogen peroxide. So this will break, this will break, this will break. How? As OH, OH and OH, OH, see here, one more OH from here and OH from here. That means what you are having? 3 moles of CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. So B, OH, OH, OH. That means what you are having? BOH thrice you are having. Means hydrogen peroxide 3 moles, no need to mention, 3 moles will be used here. Understanding? This carbon and boron bond will break and at this particular carbon you are having OH. That means where you are having BH2, there only you are having OH. Okay. Negative species. Few people, sir, negative species will add to the double bonded carbon which have more number of hydrogens. No, sir. That means H minus is a negative species. No, sir. They think. I am talking about this hydroxy group, OH group. Okay. Because hydroboration is nothing but alcohol formation. In alcohol formation means OH minus. So according to anti-Markovnikov rule I mentioned here, so many people will stuck there only. So oh, you said OH minus I written clearly, but negative species if I read then they will confuse actually. So negative species is H minus, no sir. That must add according to anti-Markovnikov rule, no sir. Anti-Markovnikov rule means this double bonded carbon has more number of hydrogens, no sir. So H minus please add here. No, I am not talking about H minus. This hydroboration and further H2O2 we will use, so that this H2O2 provide OH minus at double bonded carbon which have more number of hydrogens. Without rearrangement this reaction happen. This is called hydroboration. Got it, sir, everyone? So in hydroboration what happen? OH minus will substitute at double bonded carbon which have more number of hydrogens, and with rearrangement or without rearrangement? Without rearrangement reaction happen. Suppose even I said in previous like this, right? CH3 and CH3 and here you have H and here you have CH, double bond CH2. When I am adding, suppose I am adding 2. One is this H plus by H2O and one is BH3 and hydrogen peroxide given like this. What is the main difference? Here now only I will mention alcohol will form without rearrangement. Without rearrangement, alcohol will form according to anti-Marconi rule. This is the most important. And here what you have product means CH3C and CH3, and here you have OH, and here you have CH, and H came here, and single bond CH3. And here CH3 and CH3, and here you have same hydrogen, and CH2 and CH2 OH. That means OH you have at a double bonded carbon which have more number of hydrogens. In a similar way, you have one more like this, CH3C, CH3H, understanding? And here CH double bond CH2. For this, when I am adding water, okay, and we called as mercuric acid, HgOAc twice and NaBH4. This reaction is called oxymercuration and demercuration. Main difference I will tell you. Difference between this particular reaction and this particular reaction you can have. Oxymercuration and demercuration means addition of this actually. Okay? Addition of this mercuric acetate, OAC. AC means what? CH3CO. Mercuric acetate and water, this is called oxymercuration. Demercuration is nothing but reduction by NaBH4. Remember this. Here I will tell you only one point to you because you are going to write NEET exam, so mechanisms not required. When you are using this mercuric acetate and NaBH4, remember alcohol will form according to Markovnikov rule and without rearrangement. That means no 1,2 hydride shift and 1,2 methyl shift actually. Understanding what I am saying? So here simply remember, now from this, where OH you will get? You will get OH this place without rearrangement. So in previous we said no sir, tertiary is more stable, so this hydrogen will shift here so that OH will come here. Like that won't happen when only in this particular condition. When you are using this mercuric acetate, there is no rearrangement, there is no 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 methyl shift. This is the most important thing. That means what you are understanding, everyone? So here what is the most important product here? So directly you can write, and CH3 and C and CH3, there is no shift here, and CHOH and single bond CH3. Getting that, everyone? So here what you have means OH. This is clear. Okay. So what I am giving here information that is very important. Oxymercuration or demercuration will you ahead? CH3C, CH3H and single double bond CH2. No. See, they give an alkene, and whatever the alkene unnecessary rearrangement happen or not, you have no need to think. You should have on arrow mark on here mercuric acetate and NaBH4 should be present. Then you have to conclude alcohol is the product. But at where? Alcohol is forming at a particular double bonded carbon which have less number of hydrogens. That means this is according to anti-Markovnikov rule. This is according to what? Anti-Markovnikov rule. Very, very important. Please write down. See, understood the difference? See the same reactant. This alkene with H plus and water. This alkene BH3 and H2O2. What is the product? The same alkene with water, and of course water just for hydrolysis. Mercuric acetate and NaBH4. Water sometimes they won't give. Mercuric acetate and NaBH4. Alcohol you are having at where? See this. Double bonded carbon which have less number of hydrogens without rearrangement. See the difference between this product and this product, sir, please. In this case, you have OH. at this particular carbon by migrating of this hydrogen as a hydride shift. But whereas here in oxymercuration and demercuration, there is no migration of hydride or methyl. Okay, so this is the final conclusion. So you can have what is oxymercuration and demercuration. So why, sir, there is no rearrangement means mercuric acetate will form one cyclic intermediate. Okay, that is only the reason. There is no shifting. So selective addition happen in hydroboration as well as oxymercuration and demercuration. Please write it down. Okay, suppose if I am writing like this, C6H5 here, and suppose double bond here. Okay, of course both are same. So now I am adding this HgOAc whole twice and on arrow. Okay, so directly I am using, sorry. So I have a reaction like this. On arrow I have H plus and water, and here I have mercuric acetate HgOAc whole twice, and this is oxymercuration. Demercuration reagent is what they'll ask you. Demercurating agent is NaBH4. So that I have to break the bonds. Okay. So remember, what will be the product here? Certainly here the product is you have OH at this particular place. Why? Here you have hydrogen. This hydrogen will migrate here as a H minus. Understanding? So that happens. But when you are using oxymercuration, the selective product. That means here methyl won't shift or hydrogen won't shift and OH will come here. That's the difference. Okay. So hydroboration why was not written means both carbons are same. So OH will come over here only. No problem. Okay. So that's why anti-Markovnikov rule I was not mentioned. This is according to Markovnikov rule. So but here also carbons are same but no migration. Understanding? Here be CH and here also CH. But actually here here tertiary, here secondary. But tertiary won't happen here. Means hydride shift won't happen because mercuric acetate will form bond between these two carbons only. That's why there is no there is no hydride shift. Even two methyl groups are there. Here only OH will come. But here one more methyl group is there. That methyl will come here. OH will come here. Understanding what I am saying? You can write product like this. You have same story I am doing like this. I am adding H plus and water. I am adding same this oxymercuration HgOAc twice and NaBH4 I am writing. Now what is the product, sir? Here methyl shift happens. Methyl will shift here. Now OH will come here. What happened? One of the methyl group shifted here. But whereas in this particular case OH will come here only. Sir, if both are same, why not OH here means adjacent is adjacent carbon have donors. That's why OH will be more stable here. Understanding? So here what will be the product means same. No shift, no rearrangement. So here you have OH. So this is about from alkenes, oxymercuration and demercuration. In oxymercuration and demercuration, please remember everyone, what you will remember, alcohol will form in addition of oxymercurating agent and demercurating agent by Markovnikov rule and without rearrangement. Okay, oxymercurating agent is mercuric acetate. So please remember all those things. Next is addition of, sir, I'll tell you one more thing. This oxymercuration and demercuration and this hydroboration we will do for alkynes. Then you will get aldehydes and ketones. Please remember, these are very important. In next chapter we will discuss. addition of Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent to what, sir? Grignard reagent to carbonyl compound. Simply I can write carbonyl compound. So I'll take formaldehyde, HC double bond OH. I am taking some RMGX. Grignard reagent I was given already. So Grignard reagent means R minus Mg plus. Correct? So if this migrate over here, what happen? This carbon gets positive charge and oxygen gets minus charge. So that this R minus will come over here. Then what you have? This R, you have to attach this carbon, carbonyl carbon we call. CHO is carbonyl group, and CH and O minus, so MgX plus RCH and HCH2 you can write. This is CH2, no, CH2. This R we are adding there. Now this on hydrolysis, okay, hydrolysis, or you can add alcohol also, not a problem. So it will provide H and OC2H5 with this for alcohol preparation. Now what you are having, this water means here you have H and here you have OH. That means what you are having final product here are CH2 and OH. This is alcohol. And what is the byproduct? MgOH. X can be bromide or chloride like that. Okay. If I am taking any other than this particular what, formaldehyde, if any other aldehyde if I am taking, then I am using RMGX, then secondary alcohol you will get. Methanol we cannot prepare because minimum one carbon is there in formaldehyde. Grignard reagent have minimum one carbon. So here minimum one carbon and here minimum one carbon means how many carbons? 2 carbons minimum in formal alcohol. So how methanol can be formed? That's what I am telling. Grignard reagent with carbonyl compound, you cannot have methanol. So they'll ask question like this: which of the following cannot be used to prepare methanol? This process we cannot get methanol. What is the reason I said understood? Formaldehyde has, this is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde has minimum one, what is having one carbon, formaldehyde, minimum one or not maximum. And this RMGX minimum one carbon. Suppose this I am using CH3MgBr, methyl magnesium bromide. Here I have one carbon, here one carbon. So with total 2 carbons I have product here. So that's what I am telling. So no need of this, but generally you write down. But now I can say one thing here. This R minus will come over here, this will migrate. So that what I have R, C, O, M, G, X, and here R you are having, and here H. Got it, sir? So R minus is adding at carbonyl carbon. This is the carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl carbon means what? For the carbon, what do you have? Double bond. Where you have double bond. Okay. For which carbon you have oxygen, that is called carbonyl carbon. There alkyl will add. That's it. Now this is on hydrolysis. That means R, C, OH, and you are having R and H. What it is called? Or you can write like this just for more clarity. CH and R. This is secondary alcohol. What alcohol this is? Secondary alcohol you are having when the aldehyde is treating with Grignard reagent except formaldehyde. Formaldehyde with Grignard reagent, primary alcohol. If you are taking RC double bond OR, this is any ketone if I am taking. When I am using RMGX, you can write any methyl group or ethyl group here also. Okay. Now what you have? R, C, R and OMGX. On hydrolysis, you are having RC, OH, R and R like this. Please have a look. So ketones is giving tertiary alcohols when treated with Grignard reagent. These are the most important preparations actually. Okay, these all are very very important. Okay, please note it down. So what you have tried here? Formaldehyde with Grignard reagent. What you are having? Formaldehyde with Grignard reagent. You are having primary alcohol. Methanol can be prepared? No. Second, ketones with Grignard reagent, tertiary. Any other aldehydes with Grignard reagent? What you have? Secondary alcohol. Okay. So few more preparations. Very simple. You have just reduction and substitution of all those. Suppose if I am using this CH3 CH2. This you know in haloalkanes and haloarenes also. CH3 CH2 suppose Cl when react with aqueous KOH. Okay, or else if you use Az2O with water, moist Az2O, then alcohol you are having. Then what you are having here? CH3 CH2OH you are having. This you know already. CH3 CH2 Cl when I am using Mr. Like this there you go. Moist Az2O, then also moist Az2O reaction I told you forgot. Az2O, moist means water, that means 2 moles of AgOH. So OH minus will replace chlorine. That means your product CH3 CH2OH plus 2 moles of AgCl. Here I was not written, don't think what is the byproduct. This is one. You know, ester hydrolysis. Ester hydrolysis is one. In ester hydrolysis, what do you have? Esters like CH3, COO, C2H5. Okay, when you are adding water in presence of acid, then what do you have? This will break and OH here, H here. Okay, C2H5 OH. That means you are having C2H5 OH alcohol and carboxylic acid. Reverse reaction also happen. Everybody knows. Esterification means reverse reaction. Ester hydrolysis means addition of water to ester. Then you will get alcohol and carboxylic acid. And one more you have. Reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Reduction of aldehydes and ketones you have. There also simple. Remember what are the reducing agents we use. Okay. So next is reduction of aldehydes and ketones actually. So what are the reducing agents used for this? Means metal by H2, that means nickel by H2, platinum by H2, palladium by H2, like this. Okay, so next term, one more, NaBH4 and LiAlH4. This is the most important. Okay, but there is a simple exceptional cases there. Okay, when you are using nickel by H2 and platinum by H2 or palladium by H2, all kind of unsaturation will reduce it to saturation. Means wherever you have a double bond, that converted to single bond. Understanding? But here for LiAlH4 you have one exceptional, and NaBH4 and LiAlH4 cannot reduce double bonds when functional group is attached. Okay, I'll tell you that. Simply now I'll give you one thing. Any particular formaldehyde on reduction by using this nickel by H2 or something else, then you will get methanol, CH3OH. Methanol means what? Super primary. Formaldehyde means what? HC double bond OH. On reduction, here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, means CH3OH, CH3OH, that means like this, or else you can write H, H and H and OH you are having. And any other than formaldehyde or C double bond OH, when I am using this reducing agent, then I will get primary alcohol. See, suppose here R I am writing, it was not given with I. Then I will get R, C, OH and H. Understanding? Here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen. Reduction means addition of hydrogen or not? That's it. So RCH2OH. So what alcohol you are having? Primary alcohol. Correct? RC double bond OR on reduction. What you have? Secondary alcohol. RCHOH. This is secondary alcohol. Getting everyone? So tertiary alcohol cannot be prepared on reduction. So what happened here? Here one of the pi bond will break. So here one hydrogen, there one hydrogen. Now I will tell you the difference between these metal reducing agents and these hydrates, metallic hydrates, sodium borohydride, lithium aluminum hydride. If you use, what happened? I will tell you finally. Okay, sir. So as I said, nickel by H2 or platinum by H2, if you are using, they will reduce all bonds, all unsaturated bonds. Suppose I am using like this, CH3, CH, double bond CH and CH double bond O. I am using this either nickel by H2 or palladium by H2 like that. If I am using NaBH4 or else LiAlH4, what happens? So here I have one double bond, here I have one double bond, but this is carbon-carbon double bond, this is a functional group double bond. So when I use nickel by H2, they reduce all kind of double bonds, means this and this. That means what is the product? CH3, that means here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, means CH2, understand? CH2 and CH2. Means this double bond will be reduced, CH2 single bond CH2 and CH2OH you are having. Got it, sir? This double bond broken. Means this double bond broken. So here hydrogen, here hydrogen, here hydrogen, here hydrogen. So all particular hydrogens, okay, this breaking this double bond, because nickel surface is providing hydrogens, okay, from a symmetrical manner. So here this bond will break and here this double bond will break. So here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen. So that's why you got CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2OH. But this kind of NaBH4 and LiAlH4 reagents, they cannot provide surface. So as these are very strong, this cannot be reduced. Only this functional group of polar double bond only will reduce. Polar bond, this one. So what is the product here? Means CH3 and CH double bond CH and CH2OH. Main important difference. Observe everyone, this carbon-carbon double bond was not reduced by this NaBH4 and LiAlH4. Got it? But however, LiAlH4 will reduce carbon-carbon double bond or carbon-carbon triple bond when attached to benzene. When attached to benzene. Same, you please write down this, otherwise I will write here. See, I will take C6H5 and CH, double bond CH and CH double bond 1. I am writing reaction with NaBH4. That means reduction by NaBH4. Reduction means we represent like this. Reduction with LiAlH4. Both I will write. So can you understand what I am saying here? Actually NaBH4 and LiAlH4 cannot reduce carbon-carbon double bond. Write down that. Okay? Normally. But if the double bonded carbon has a phenyl ring, then you have exceptional. then this LiAlH4 will reduce carbon-carbon also. Then what is the product here? C6H5, CH, double bond CH and CH2OH. Here the product. LiAlH4 I kept star. Only condition. LiAlH4 will reduce carbon-carbon double bond also, but when attached to phenyl. That means here the product is C6H5, CH2 and CH2OH. So what you have to write in this particularly, NaBH4 and LiAlH4 cannot reduce carbon-carbon unsaturation, means a double bond or triple bond, carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond cannot be reduced by NaBH4 and LiAlH4. But when they have a functional group unsaturation. So NaBH4 and LiAlH4 will reduce only functional groups but not CC double bond. However, CC double bond can be reduced by LiAlH4 when the unsaturation, carbon-carbon unsaturation is attached to phenyl ring. This please write down clearly. Thank you very much. Maximum we discussed preparations and just a fermentation process, then acidic nature and properties of alcohols. Thank you very much. Prepare properly. All the best. Take care.